2, and 1. Welcome to Dungeon Damsels, everybody! Yay! Alright, I'm Tiffany. I'm your GM for our Homebrew 5e game. This is Dungeon Damsels. Let's go around and talk really quickly about who we are. So, Amelia, go first.
I'm Amelia, and I am playing Ari, our sorcerer. And you can find my artwork at Amelia Pen Draws on Instagram.
Woo! Yeah, check her stuff out. She also writes books. And go to Michael.
Hey everybody, I'm Michael. You can find my art and animation and stuff on at Robosardi on Instagram and Twitter. But today I'm going to be playing Ellie, our Eladrin druid. And I'm excited and terrified, and I love playing with these lovely people.
Yay! McKenna!
McKenna, I am Luna, our resident paladin, and I don't use social media, and apparently I also don't know how to print out my sheets properly, so
Oh no!
that was a whole thing.
That's a mood.
Printers were created to torture us, not to help us.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for them to
Seriously.
rise in sentience against us.
They've already reached singularity. That's how they can spite us so much. Alright,
Like
so
the
Renna.
Borg.
Yeah.
Borg is here to bother us.
Just assimilated with the Borg.
Yeah. I am Serena. I'm a problem. No, I am Serena. I play Ciara, our Drow Eldritch Knight, and you can find my work and Pixiepocalypse at Twitter whenever I update, or Slothy Claus on Instagram whenever I update.
Yeah, you can find.
That's also a big mood.
Also,
Yeah.
big mood, yeah, because like we have a Twitter, it's Dungeon_Damsels, and it's technically also my Twitter. And but if you really want to contact me specifically, you should just message me on YouTube. On YouTube. So I figured it might actually be better for me to do the recap, so we have more context for the diary entries. So we're gonna start off with that.
Yeah.
Last time. And I also realized how convoluted my plot lines are in this. Alright, last time, the Grand Duchess Majira Zin'Drake was announced as acting Empress for the duration of Emperor Arceus' recovery. This spells out problems for Ari, because she and her mother have very different ideas on what Ari should be doing with her time. A member of the Ilia Kagan, the Honor Guard, approached Ari and told her that Plan 34 was in play. When inquired as to what that was, the Honor Guard clarified that Plan 34 was to go into action under the event that Majira became Empress, and Arceus was powerless to protect Ari. In those circumstances, Ari was to be taken from the country and be placed in protective care until further notice. Ari agreed to the plan, but there was a snag. Previously, a friend of Ciara, someone from her Drow soldier days, Cormac, appeared. He was caught and interrogated. Emperor Arceus struck a deal with him, information from magical items, and a vial of Cormac's blood, which I didn't. He would ask for that, and I know that he didn't ask for that in-game, but he would actually ask for that, and so I'm just retconning it. And I know from previous conversations, Cormac would agree. So that happened. Cormac agreed and was to have his stuff returned to him and then escorted to the border. And that was before Arceus fell into basically a coma after he shut down what was a black hole, essentially. So, some crazy stuff happened. A black hole opened up underneath the castle. The team collectively helped shut the black hole down, and they had help from about 4 other mages, and 3 of them, Deirdre, Ellie, and Arceus, were bound collectively into the proximity clause of the seal. So basically, as long as those mages are nearby, the seal will hold, and the black hole will not open up. But that's a problem if we want Deirdre to leave. And Deirdre is a drow, and she's basically she came with the party when they came through the back door of the castle with Ari from the Feywild. And so Deirdre really shouldn't be there at all, because she's also a drow, and the drow and the arcane elves really don't get along, and so everyone's like, why the heck are these drow keep showing up here? And so basically they're like, these drow need to leave and you need to take them with you. And so what they had to do was find a different mage, which Arcane Elves have a lot of mages, so that actually wasn't too hard. They found Talikia, who is the Emperor's assistant, and then she said, okay, I will be put into the seal. We just have to replace Deirdre's name with my name, and then I'll be in the seal and she'll be out. But they knew that acting Empress would probably want to hold on to these drow as prisoners, and so they were like, let's just do this, behind closed doors and just try to get all of you out so we have less headaches to deal with. And so the party split with Ellie and Ari going up to distract the acting Empress. Not you? Not you.
Ellie and Luna.
It was Luna, yeah. Okay, Luna and Ellie went up above ground because there was an earthquake and they fell below. So they went above ground and distracted the acting Empress up there. And so that was successful. Ellie sent a herd of cows at her, then sent some quicklings after her. It just caused a bunch of problems upstairs. And then Ciara and Ari were assisting Talikia with adjusting the seal. Everything was successful, and now the party is essentially setting up to leave. Plan 34 is basically being set up to go. You're gathering your stuff. You know that basically this is what's happening. There's Angelia and Lychester, who are part of the honor guard, and they're escorting you and your party and Cormac to the border. And you're basically getting ready to go, and that's what's happening. So let's go to...
He's the one that squirreled his way in.
Yeah. And now we'll go to our journal entries, so you can have perspective on our characters. So let's just start off with Ari. She's first.
All right. Dear Vivi, Art is hurt badly. His body is okay, but something about the casting seal he set, his own exhaustion and the stress, and just everything has weighed down on him, and he's not waking up. I tried to help him. I think I helped a little, but not enough. All of this means Mother is the acting Empress. Because of that, Plan 34 has been enacted. Everyone that Art protects from the Empire and our Mother are to be quickly taken from the kingdom, including me. Now I don't have a choice. I have to leave, or she'll basically imprison me here. I just wish I could stay with Art, but even if I did stay in the Arcane Empire, it would be unlikely that I could remain with him. Mother would see to our separation, so I must leave. Uncle Van says he'll take care of him, and I gave him Art's communication earring so that he can reach me in an emergency. I'm so scared. Art's always been there for me, and I've always been able to talk to him. I just don't know what life will be like when I can't simply talk to Art. Well, I guess I do, a bit. It might be like how I can't talk to you anymore. I'm scared. So scared. I wish I could help him somehow. Somehow, even with all this craziness and fear, maybe because of the craziness and fear, I was brave enough to give Gaius a kiss on the cheek. I don't know what came over me. I just went to tell him goodbye and that he needed to steer clear of my mother because of Rashad, and then we hugged, and I realized I might not see him for a long while, and I just kissed him. What was I thinking? It was hardly a good time to do that. I didn't stick around long enough to see his reaction. I just sort of ran away. I hope Gaius doesn't hate me. Ellie and Luna had the fun responsibility of distracting Mother so that Talikia, Ciara, and myself could move the burden of the seal from Deirdre to Talikia. This will allow us to take all of our drow friends away from here. And it's no longer safe for any drow in the Arcanic Empire, and Plan 34 includes them. Vivi, I feel so alone. Even though Art is alive right now, this feels so much like when I lost you. Love, Kiki.
Aw. Let's go to Ellie.
Okay. Mine's such a different tone. I'm so excited. Dear Journal, this is the worst. Arius is in a coma and Ari's evil mom is now acting Empress. She's so mean! She said she was going to send Ari out of the country, and that can't happen. Okay, I know we're in a state of emergency, and it would probably be safer for her since Arius isn't around, but still, that can't happen. We just became friends, and we need to go into the fiery depths of Bogravar together. That mission is a chance not only for me, but for Ari to prove herself. Okay, back to the evil Empress Majira. So, Talikia told us that all the drow need to leave now that her highness is in charge. I bet she would try to murder all of them or something. So, one of the big snags is Deirdre. She is sealed to the ritual that held off the black hole, and she can't leave far from the spell. So, we need to distract Majira and... oh gosh. Kiel. There we go. Kiel, one of her henchmen.
It's her daughter.
It's still Ari's. Ellie's.
Her hench daughter.
Her hench daughter. Yeah.
Yeah. That's just how Ellie interprets it in her mind.
I like it.
While Ari and Ciara transfer the spell from Deirdre to Talikia. Okay, yeah. And that's when I come in. Distraction is my middle name. Wait, where was I? Yes, distraction! I distracted the evil Empress by having the cows run amok in our campsite. At first they didn't listen to reason, so I had to use force! I transformed into a herd dog and nipped at their heels. And to add fuel to the fire, I asked for help from Pip and Hop. I cast a spell to summon them into tiny fae, and they were able to run around to their heart's content. Man, things are getting more and more complicated.
Is that the end?
That's the end.
Oh, okay. Great. And Serena?
Okay. Alright. Dear friend. Talking is difficult. The words never seem right, and while I want to be clear, I worry that my points won't come across. Being a soldier doesn't require much in the way of talking. After all, you only need to be able to be well spoken enough to give a straight answer. But to talk, like really talk, it's quite terrifying. I finally got to talk about what happened with Hans, how we met, and Rian. Counting back the events, I felt stupid that no better solutions came to mind, or that I didn't find a better way to make a deal whose parameters I can clearly define. I could only think of not losing Rian. Not like that, or not at all. Ellie was frustrated that I'd been keeping it to myself for so long. Ari was understanding, and Luna had her own words to weigh in, but much to my surprise, it was a relief. We're not entirely sure where to go from here, but at the very least we can prepare, whatever that entails. I hoped to get the artifact sent off. The Wyverns felt like a promising idea, but with the Emperor in a sleep, things looked too dodgy to wait for that route to present itself. The Empress wanted a lot of the drow to be collected, but it would seem that Ari's brother had other plans and set up for an out for her in such times of her assuming the role of rule. So, after we detach Deirdre from the seal, we'll be on our way out. Still don't have my armor, still don't have much of a plan. Some things never change, it seems.
Okay. Preparing to leave. So you gather things in haste, and you're collectively together. And Ellie, you hear Kenaris call out to you, and all of you look over and see the Arcane boys have gathered again. And Kenaris says, "Hey, Ellie, are you going?"
Yeah.
Looks like you're packing. What's happening?
So, the Emperor's in a coma, and now Majira is acting Empress. And
Well, I knew that.
I mean, well, because of that, it's kind of putting a lot of things in motion, and we kind of have to leave.
And he takes it. You see the wheels turn. He looks at the party, and then he looks at the group, and he's like, "The drow."
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
We're the
Who's
problem.
And he looks over at. He's like, "Is the princess going with you?"
I'm just helping them pack.
Oh, that'd be weird.
Yeah, she's not coming with us. That would be like, I don't know, like kidnapping or a crime or something. That's silly. That's silly. Kenaris, you're silly. And I
Make a
pat his
deception
shoulder.
check. Deception check.
Oh, gosh.
What did we say? We can't lie. Don't confirm anything.
Oh gosh.
Deflection.
Not the best. That's a 10. Of course, Kenaris can see right through me.
You go pshaw one too many times.
Yeah, he rolled a natural 19 on his insight. He's like, right, yeah, totally. Do you
We never do crime.
he's just like, and he looks over and he sees Lychester and Delia who are nearby, which is a weird thing as the honor guard's supposed to be by the emperor. So he just says, he just looks at them and he says, I'm just gonna ask them what's happening. And so basically they just feel like
They just tell him it's none of his business. This is top secret.
top secret stuff.
You don't want to be here when things go down.
We'll have him
Move along, boy.
Oh well, no, he must have caught Delia in a good mood, because she's like, oh yeah, we're gonna escort the princess out of here.
Mum's the word.
And Kenaris is like, oh, okay. Do you want? Should I come? I mean, I can come. Do you want me to come? And he looks over at Ellie and is like, do you want me to come with you?
I look towards the party and I'm like, I mean, can they come with us?
And Lychester and Angelia exchange a couple of words, and then Angelia says, we can bring one of them. Probably this kid, because the other two work directly under Kiel and he doesn't. Because technically Narte and Farius work under the Minister of Foreign Affairs, which is Kiel, and then Kenaris doesn't actually. He's under a different branch. So he was the opposite. Well, if you're gonna come pack your crap, so we're gonna leave soon. Yeah. Is there anything you guys want to do?
Mari's just collecting her stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And still holding on to her brother's cape. She was handed.
Kenny.
Grab him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Kenaris,
What?
your mother still has my armor. I am Sans armor.
He thinks about it. He's like, well, we still have it. We just have to go up and get it. Which might be complicated.
And might go get the time constraint. And she just sort of like,
No, but he's like, no, but that's valid. You need your armor. Okay.
She doesn't groan internally, she groans. Her face does this.
All right, I got. And then he's like, okay, well, I can. He's like, Ellie, come here. We're gonna get Kiara's armor. So the two of us, can you wild shape into a bigger dog? Or like,
yeah, I can.
Okay. We're gonna run upstairs and go to the armory and grab her armor and then bring it back. And
Why do you need a dog?
because I don't know, I feel like that'd be less conspicuous. What do you think?
I mean, I can turn into a dog. It'll just be green, though. I can't.
I got a big one now.
like pick up my hair and I'm like, I can't do anything about this.
We do also have a really big dog.
We also have Luna, who is an actual dog. Not Luna.
A
but
dog,
Luna.
Luna, not Luna. Luna.
Okay,
Camera
okay.
pans from Luna to Luna.
Could I use major image to make it so that Ellie doesn't look green?
Major image, it stays put. It's over an
Okay.
area.
I can make this door look like a rock.
So I really like this dumb animal idea, so I say we just go for it.
Garrett's not gonna fight him. She's just gonna be like, "Oh, aye." So we just
Maybe-
gotta. If she's
Maybe
going,
if I
she's
turn
like,
into a dog and Luna's
Okay.
there,
Okay.
it'll work out. I,
Okay,
like,
yeah,
turn
so
towards
I'm a
Luna,
dog, you're a dog, we bring the big dog.
Yeah,
and
and
then,
then I turn
we
towards-
can bring a cat too.
and then I turn towards
That's
actual Luna. I'm like, it'll be like the peacocks.
I was just thinking about that too.
Kiara wondering where she fits in on the doggy plan. She's like, I can't be a dog.
No, I need a dog in here.
It's like, right.
Also, I'm blue, so
He's like, no!
it's terribly inconvenient. I know.
Wait, can you... No, that won't work at all. He's like, wait, we can pack up a box and put it on the big dog and say we're bringing up supplies to the top, right? But
Am I in
it's
the
you.
She's like,
You're
am
in the
I?
box.
Am I in the? And you're in the box.
You're in the box.
I mean, I can just cast Pass Without a Trace. It'll make it a little bit easier for us to stealth in. And I
Or
can
we
still
could-
turn into a dog.
Okay, that's great. Let's do that. Okay. So, let's just all do stealth checks and you can add a +10.
And,
I go
like,
as a cat.
Yeah, he can go as a cat, yeah.
and just because like I'm still like for the dog idea, I cast Pass Without a Trace and turned into a dog.
Yes.
I gotta go grab my.
Can I be a cat and then disguise self as like a tabby cat so that people don't recognize my cat form, such
Yeah,
as my
'cause
mother?
your collar lets you cast as a cat.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do that so that I don't look like Ari cat.
Okay.
That's amazing.
I don't have my sheet with me, but I rolled a 17 anyway, so I think that's with the +10 of 27. I'm the stealthiest person you've ever met, aside from Cormac.
Yeah,
I got a
Kenaris
21.
Yeah, Dog Luna got 22.
too. Kenaris got 29.
I rolled.
Actually, 31, I think.
I
Oh my god.
He rolled
Nice.
really well.
He's just a ghost.
Yeah, he got 32 actually. Wait.
I also got 32 because I got a natural 20.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so you just you just slip up the stairs and because we have such a good across the board, we're gonna say that you managed to go up to the top and there's still a ton of stuff to be organized up top, so the acting Empress is just busy doing her job. She's there is a moment where someone's Like, that's a lot of dogs.
And why is the cat with them?
And then there's a cat. But that's not, like, super weird in the Arcane Empire because so many people have animal forms. So, like, they're like, oh, it's probably just, like, another group of arcane elves coming up or something. So you all go over to the smithy. This is part of the castle that wasn't as damaged. There was like some of the walls fell over, but like the floor didn't like ripple, and so like the ground is still relatively level. And then you go into the smithy, and Ciara's armor has been it's been altered to the chest plate has been altered. So it's better than before, but it's not fancy. But it's also not a giant pot on you.
It works.
So
it's still like usable, and I can add it like with the new stats or with the old stats.
New stats. She didn't. Yeah, on the new. Yeah.
All right. I will have to apply those new stats, whatever they are. Fantastic. I can put down armor, whatever it is.
You have your old and new armor.
Yes, fantastic.
Nice.
I have, and she like pauses. I feel we should leave your mom a message or something.
Yeah, he like goes and
She's
finds
like,
out.
I paid her for a job, and I'm taking it prematurely. It does feel a little bit like. Also,
Yes.
maybe you should tell your mother you're leaving.
Yeah. Okay. So like he writes a note out, and he's like, "Dear Mom, I love you. I took Ciara's stuff. I gave it to her. I'll be back soon." Done. He goes and just like knifes it into a door.
Gucci.
Hey, we have that brand. We have that brand
That doesn't
actually.
threatening at all.
Yes.
And he's
Mom,
like,
I love you. Bah.
"Oh."
His mom's pretty metal, so you know.
He's just like, maybe it's too much, and then he's like, I don't have anything else to put this up.
No, that's perfect. That's fine.
Okay, let's go.
I don't see any problem with this.
Let's go.
This is very normal.
All right, now we're gonna roll stealth again because you're going back down. So
Do we still have that +10?
yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's good because now I'm an 18.
Mhm.
I got 31.
Nice.
Wow.
I
I
got 17.
Less
no.
stealthy.
I got a 17.
so I got a natural 1. What a roller
Oh.
coaster. But that is that's a 13.
Kenaris
Luckiest
also.
number ever.
Guess what? Kenaris also got a nat 1.
Oh my gosh! Look at us. We're a real couple.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
like
both
roll
over each
super
other.
high and then roll natty ones.
Yeah.
You two just start like
Luna Dog
running
is, like,
into each
disappointed at all of us.
Yeah.
Like, guys
Just-
are ridiculous.
Justin Dog, I'm just like, what are you doing? What are you gonna do after?
Bark, bark.
Bark, bark.
What are you doing?
Bark.
So these two dogs are flirting, and then like one of them just like runs into this like long pile of tools and just like knocks it over, and there's
just
big.
a pile of pots and pans.
You're in the smithy yard, so yes, there are tools. It just, and then like it hits the forge and it goes.
But
and the cat goes.
Ciara
And-
navigated around it just fine, and then turned around like, why?
What's this?
Why?
So we hear voices coming over like, what was that? And we were quickly, a couple of
I
feet.
cast greater invisibility over all of us.
Can you hit everyone with that?
If you
I think it's an area thing, right?
no, if you
No, it's
if
a
you do like
person.
if you do twin spell,
You
you'll
could
be able
get
to
two people.
You can get 2 people. With your like sorcery
Okay,
points.
well. Then let's get the green dog and our drow.
Okay.
Wait, who is
I think it was me
Luna?
and
Are you?
Kenaris.
Yeah, they're the ones that knocked
Yeah,
her
but
down.
I know, but you're gonna see our drow, so we need to hide drow. Luna, are you there in human form?
No, just Luna in dog form, but she did fine.
Okay, so then I'm gonna hide our drow and our green dog because
I would like to state for the record that before leaving, Ciara did tell Luna where they were going. He's like, "We're going to be right back. I promise we're not leaving."
Go back to Virkis without her.
We're leaving, but not leaving.
We'll tell
Leaving,
We'll
living.
still get to tell you that we said hi.
Okay. So there's like a a couple of there's like a tiefling and then like a half elf and like a few like animals with them who have that like collar on, and they call out, "Hey, that's a really big dog." They see like a giant that's a dire wolf. Oh, oh gosh, okay. And they kind of like, I was like, can we?
hey,
They
like dire wolf alone. That's what the cat said.
Oh, ma'am, is that your dog?
Yeah, she's very good. All right, so just chill. My goodness, what's your problem? I'm helping Kenaris here check out his mom's workshop to make sure everything's okay. Routine checking.
He's just nodding. He just nods. So then what should roll either intimidation or persuasion?
What am I better? I think I'm better at persuasion than intimidation. Hold on.
I'm great at intimidation, but I'm invisible enough to stay in that way.
Whoa, I have a pretty good intimidation. The heck?
Yeah.
Wait, what was the other one? Persuasion? Oh, my
Persuasion.
persuasion's so much better. So it's a 23.
Oh my god. You know
Okay,
exactly what
so
your mom
like
sounds
two
like
of
when
the
she's bullied.
three. Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. That's what, yeah, that's great. But like, there's like the third one, like the tiefling's like, I don't know, man, this is a little suspicious. But the other two are like, dude, come on, I don't want to, like, let's just leave. Like,
Don't yell that.
that's scary.
Okay, give them this look.
Cats have nice hands. It's not me mad.
Yeah. And with that, they leave, and you, like, as you're going back down, you hear, like, what was that? Oh, well, there was someone who knocked over some stuff. It's fine. And she has a pet direwolf or something. What? You guys go back down, and now you've reconvened with the group, and you're preparing to leave. Luna, I believe you are you aware that you need to get to Lychester City within the week? The train?
I did not hear that, but if Luna heard that, then Luna knows that.
Okay, I can't remember if I... Alright, so this is what happens.
You wanna
While
call
you're
Gil right now?
away, you get a call from your boy, Glock. He's like,
Hey, Bo.
your bow, and he's like, Luna, how are you?
Doing all right. Luna dog is in the middle of a heist, but
Oh,
it is what it is.
does she do that often?
No.
Well, I got good news and I got bad news. Good news is we know where the trial is going to be. It's going to be in the capital, Lychester, capital. Bad news, Odo pulled some strings and he pushed the trial date.
Son of a...
Yeah. So you got about 8 days to get here.
Oh, jeez. Why? Why can't he just leave me alone?
Yeah, well, that's what we all think. I'll try to... Do you want me? I can meet you, or like, do you want me to meet you? And he looks at the, like, I can... You're in the Empire, so if you catch a boat, the closest city is going to be Restarumn. And the and you know Restarumn, you've been there like once or twice, and it's like really like upper class fancy like retirement community / like it's like Hollywood or like the fancy parts of Dubai. It's just a very rich area. Zin'Drake's more of like middle class and has some wealthy people, but Restarumn is like pretty much all upper class. They're very ritzy. But Restarumn is like closer to the border of the because basically like here's the Dwarven Alliance, and then here's the Arcane Empire, and they kind of meet like this, and here's like the bay. Mm-hmm. And so like they'll do a lot of just trade like this.
Okay.
Says I can meet there. Okay, we can meet up there, and then we can find rides. Do you want me to bring some wolves down?
Ciara looks excited. Sure. Bring some wolves.
Okay.
I got Luna. I think Ellie can turn into one, but that won't cover everyone.
Yeah, I can. Well, I can bring Koo. I know Silver will come. I can bring. I mean, I can bring Estrilda. I can bring. I mean, Dozer always needs the extra. We should bring Dozer. He's fat.
Yeah, let's bring Dozer. Dozer's gotten fat.
You can use the exercise.
I love him.
And just like a shot back to Galak, and he's like, at your parents' house talking to him. You know, there's like Mark on the other end who's just like, tell my baby girl I love her so much and I miss her. And then there's Dozer on the ground, and Galak's like, yeah, she's doing great. And Dozer's just like, oh. In the back, there's Jade who's like, "Are you calling Luna, dear? Oh, tell her I said hello." And I should make some cookies when she comes. So your parents love you.
Does he have me on speaker sending?
Spending, if you will.
Spending. I'll have him roll like an intelligence check to see if he figured out how to do that. I don't think a 12's gonna do it. So he has to like relay all of this to you.
Your dad says hi, your mom says hi, Dozer says roar, and
yeah. Family's great. And it tells you a bit more about like how Lionel's doing, and let's see, like Rian is up and around.
Good.
Yep, Rian's up and walking around. He's recuperating. Jade's like keeping him. She's a strict nurse. She's like, don't get up too quickly. You had a lot of like really deep muscle tears, so we have to make sure that heals properly. And I don't know how my healing magic will affect all of the complications that involved it. But anyway, so he's up. Order's okay. He thinks he doesn't know Order as well, but Order is just sort of... He's devolved a little bit, but Lionel tries to keep him occupied, and he's been training with the boys. So Order has dipped into fighter. Oh, fun times. And that's pretty much what's going on. They've like have started repairing things. Like the veterinarian clinic has found its frame. The framework is being put up, so things are moving quickly. Because Virkis is full of people who are handy. So like when it comes to like building stuff or repairing things, I feel like they'd get it done pretty quickly because everyone's like
put it up like a McDonald's.
Yeah, just because everyone's like gonna be handy with tools. They're all like, if people who are like tradesmen, at least in some way or another, or know multiple skills. So, repairs are going on, and like, I feel like everyone there is just like way more chill. So they're like, "Oh, you need like lumber? Okay, you can just take it from my yard." So
yeah.
Can I borrow your kettle on Sunday? Oh, fantastic. Here, have some free nails.
All right, so your party's back together, and you've gathered. You have your stuff, and Delia looks at the group and she says, "All right, are you ready to go?"
I'm ready.
Right. She is, and I just want you to envision, like, she's like has Regina George energy and is super like fabulous, but wears like full leathers and has like, even in like an earthquake, you're like not sure how she managed to look like this good, but she has like a perfect manicure and her like makeup's on point, and her hair looks great.
You all look slovenly, and I look great, I know.
I look fabulous. So Serena, you at this point can pop in as Cormac as like any time. You can be Cormac and Ciara because you just do a better job at his energy. And then I if I have to set a timer for shenanigans, I will. But I do have one line for him, which is Cormac says, "Oh, is His Majesty not sending me off?"
Oh. I was hoping he could get a look of legs before he could go.
And Delia just gives him this like super loud eyebrow raise. Nope. Let's go. All right, this is what's gonna happen, team. Chatterbox here is gonna lead us to where he infiltrated in the caverns, and we're all going to the border. Once there, the princess already can decide what she wants to do. She points at Deirdre, Cormac, and Ciara. I suggest all of you go home. Most Drow don't get sent back with a slap on the wrist. They get sent home in a bag.
Ciara just does this, and Cormac's like, "Oh, righty-tighty."
and then she pulls out this sprig of like leaves, and then she actually what she does, she lets out this long whistle, and then this like flame comes, like manifests, and from the flames this dragon that can sit on her shoulders appears.
And Cormac is enamored. He thinks it's beautiful. He's like, "Oh," and she said, "Don't touch him," and he's like, "Oh." I want to. And his face says, "But I want to."
I want to. She looks at the group. Do you? She looks at the group and says, "Do you have Pass Without a Trace on already?"
Ciara.
I mean, so it only lasts an hour.
It didn't take that long. It's still up.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, well, whatever. We didn't all get it." And so she casts it again. And she says, "All right, now even Miss Dexterity here won't mess up too much." She looks at Deirdre, who's just like, "Hi." Let's move. And then she kind of just gestures for everyone to leave, and so at this point you have not one but two rangers with you, so difficult terrain does not slow your group's travel, and you can't become lost except by magical means. Also, Lychester's one of his favorite terrains is the Underdark. So his favorite terrains are the mountains and the Underdark, because he went on top of the mountain and then below the mountain.
Oh, he's pretty much ready to go home with me.
And you begin your journey back. So Cormac is a skilled traverser of caves. He follows his pathway back by plucking up the caltrops he had hidden in the crags and rocks along the way. There is a wild conversation between Deirdre and Cormac about their wild antics as drow. And fun thing, you guys are listening, and apparently Deirdre tells Cormac, she's like, "Yeah, well, I helped make the water filtration system at Toril, and those of you who were in the sewers of Toril remember being in that, and how there's like that weird fleshy creature thing that you like didn't know what the heck that was." And she says, "Yeah, well, there's a janitor there. And, yep, he cleans
the
things.
one?
Yep, he's very efficient.
Oh, I can't argue with efficiency.
Nope, he's very good at his job. Doesn't...
The thing with, like, the 3 legs and the gaping maw on its head.
Oh, well, I never said he was pretty, but yeah, he's effective.
You've seen it! Yeah,
I mean-
correct. So happy, he like turns back around. You've seen it?
And just like, yep, we weren't fleeing for our lives or anything. It's hard to.
Kenaris was there too. He's like, oh yeah, I remember that thing. It's terrifying.
Ciara just slowly turns to you guys like, what were you doing down there?
Well, I mean, we had to get out of Toriel. He's like, you don't know this. Do you know this story? So he then explains the story of how Narte and Farius and him were assigned to go and investigate piracy in the ocean. And they went on the Season's Delight, which is the ship that the whole series of Dungeon Damsels starts on. Then the ship was attacked by slavers, and they escaped in one of the, like, submarine pods, basically, on the slaver ship. And then they basically crash landed in Drow territory in their underground, like, sea caves. And they're like, great, what do we do? I guess we're, like, going to try to get back without alerting anyone. But, of course, they alerted everyone. And so then they had to go hide, and they hid in Deirdre's wine cellar. And because the girls brought her son home, and she's like, okay, well, I owe you guys a lot. And so then all this stuff happened. And like Tarina died, the boys were absconded out of the city by going through the sewers. They like ticked off a matriarch and her demon husband, and they flew off on Ellie's owls.
Cormac laughs at every wrong point of that story because at the prospect of you guys cheesing off a actual matron, he's like, oh, good on ya.
And like it's Keva Feregna, who is like a war hero and is known for being like the Drow of Drow. She's like the person to look up to. Like she's like the epitome of what people should be in like Drow culture. So like everyone knows who she is, and she has a lot of clout, and there's good reason for it. So.
You got a high priority after you guys. Probably don't go back for a minute there. And then he looks at Ciara, and you made friends with them! They're fantastic. I love this. Alright, get up this crag.
Yeah, Ellie's just like, yeah, we made enemies with the war matron, and then they sent Xarovich, which is this big devil moth thing, and it had a bunch of chains, and they're on fire, and it just...
Your lass is getting into all sorts of trouble. I guess that's why you had to leave. I guess that's why you had to leave in order to sow your wild oats, eh? I was not part of any of that.
I wasn't here for that.
I turned towards Ciara and I was like, see, we were getting into trouble even before we met.
She's like, oh, I mean, and it's just going so well. Just like I see that.
And then I turned towards Luna. I'm like, do you think trouble is just following us wherever we're going? You think it's a us thing?
I don't know. It's like that would be assuming that we're the main characters of this story, though.
Yeah, that's silly.
Yeah.
Cormac's like true sight eyes, like, oh, we should probably move back to talking about character things.
Cormac's true sight sees the players.
And he's like, oh, through this little fissure over here.
I knew God was a woman.
Know it.
Okay, so let's do like a skill challenge at this point to see how quickly you could all traverse through the Underdark. All right, so you could do like survival, you can do a nature, you can cast yourself a spell. Like specifically, there is, in this case, there's this big pile of rubble blocking the passageway because the earthquake happened. The quake happened. We're not on Earth. The quake happened and it caused a cave-in. So Cormac's like, Pot wasn't there before, so we gotta figure out a way around it. So skill challenge to figure out how to get around this. And I'm just gonna say...
All right, Kira, hip check it. That's not how that works. That's not how any of this works. But I think you can do it with the can-do attitude. You can do anything.
I would like to persuade Lychester to carry me.
You can roll with advantage.
What?
Wow, rolling with advantage. That's amazing.
Yeah,
roll with what?
You can roll with advantage. That's like his job is to serve you.
You.
Okay, well, cool. That puts me at... Hold on. I can't do math. That's 20... Wait. I've got 17 plus 8, and I'm really bad at sevens.
25.
What?
25.
Okay, 25.
Oh, yeah. He just picked you up. You are Princess carried. Actually, he'll be like, you're wearing... There's this minute where he calculates. And, like, you've talked to him enough to know that he has to, like, think before he speaks. And then says, you're wearing a dress, but it would be better to carry you on my back. Okay, so yeah, you just pop on him. And like you're like a tiny you're a tiny little shell. You're a tiny little thing, you're a little backpack, and he's yeah, he's good.
I'm a little backpack with my own little backpack.
Okay. So that takes care of you. I'm gonna say in Delia she did just straight up athletics. Okay, yeah, she did athletics, so she said, okay. Alright, Deirdre is probably going to be the one that struggles, because, she's just like, alright, I'm going to climb this rock, and then she, like, just slides down the rubble.
Cormac just...
So we're either, like,
you have to use your feet to establish a foothold, and then you use your legs to push you up. Tighten your core and just, pinch your butt cheeks together. I promise it's not. it's a lot easier than it sounds.
She's like, what would work? That would work if the ground were stable. And she's just kind of like trying to like toe the ground for any like bit of movement.
Can he assist? Because he has nothing but dexterity.
Yeah, he can assist her.
Would you like Dex roll to help you?
I can vortex warp somebody.
You can offer. See?
Yeah, Kenaris gets up fine. He rolled a dirty 20. And then...
and we can just roll any of our skills like athletics or...
So are we trying to find a way like through the rubble or like an alternate passageway?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll do nature and can I cast guidance?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Come on. Uh-oh.
So Deirdre with her reroll has a
Can you just
that's an 18.
You rolled like that. Oh.
Yeah, with Cormac helping her, she's like, all right, fine, I'll clench the butt cheeks. And then she climbs up, she's like, that really worked.
Terrific tushy work there, Lady Deirdre.
Just camera pan to her face. She's just like, blush.
Looking good there, Lizzie.
Blush. She's just like, I've been thinking to herself, I haven't been hit on by a young man in so long.
And he's just doing it to everyone, except for Luna. If he does, like at some point, if he does pass you, he looks. Are you wearing your ring?
Yeah.
He does. Congratulations on your future nuptials, or nuptials. Congratulations on your nuptials, whenever they may be.
Thank you.
This way.
This way. Luna, what did you do?
I did a nature check. Got a dirty 20.
Oh, yeah. Nature check. You, like Ellie, just find a good pathway up the rocks and continue on your way. And so after that, we will say that you traverse, with everyone getting around that, you traverse
Can you
for...
use acrobatics to get up? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Ciara got a ridiculous 28, and Cormac got a singularly less ridiculous, probably because he was helping. 15 plus 8. What is that?
Yeah, I
23.
didn't roll that high, so it's more of just me helping Luna.
Scurry up like they were just born to do it. Easy.
Oh, yep, they're up. You guys traverse, like, pretty much for, like, the rest of the day. Then you set up camp. Who actually has food?
Hold on.
Cormac does. Of course I travel with food. Do you think I came here with someone who
I
can't
have
cook?
a collection of blood. I have a collection of blood.
I do not have.
That's all I really need, right?
Okay, you can, if you don't have food, you can attempt to forage. You can ask the rangers for help, because they're there. Or you can basically make a con save and tough it out.
Does blood count for me as food?
Nope, you need food
Or
and
is that
blood.
something that-
You need both.
Okay. Jizz, Jake.
Alright, so who are the rangers again?
Delia and Lister are both rangers.
I'm gonna get Lister's help.
I mean,
Ellie.
you're already, like, on him like a backpack, so, like, you're like, let's
Food.
get food.
You good, Mary?
I don't
What?
have that spell prepared.
Oh no.
I know, next time I need to.
Are you guys hungry?
We keep changing our plans, so I never have the right spells prepared. I'm just like, I'm gonna prepare spells for Bografar.
I'm ready to fight. No, it's a day to eat. Cormac just. Are you guys hungry?
Okay, let's find something to hunt.
Alright.
I rolled for Lister ahead of time. He got a 16 total, so he comes back with mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
And we'll see how many. Actually,
One mushroom each.
you get 2 mushrooms each, so it is something, and so you will not starve, but you will. It's enough to, like, sate you a little bit, but you'll be hungry still.
I want to go find an animal.
Okay. Who are you telling?
As
Listeners
long as nobody's upset with an animal being eaten.
Nah,
There's
it's
a big
fine.
dog here, so I guess if I am offended by the big dog eating an animal, then I guess I have to be offended by you eating an animal. I'm kidding. I'm being facetious. Don't look at me like that. I'm not being serious.
Okay, who are?
I'm not offended
Are
by
you
eating animals. We're all animals if we all think about it.
Yeah.
Hi, cannibalism. Sorry, dark humor.
Okay.
All right, are you asking
Right.
Delia or Lister or Kenaris? Who are you asking?
Okay.
Or
Who
Cormac?
wants to go on the hunting party? We're gonna go get an animal. These mushrooms suck.
You see,
Princess.
Delia,
She didn't mean it, mushrooms.
and Delia and Lister basically do rock paper scissors. And Lister won. So Delia's like, let's go.
Oh, it's a chore now, huh?
Does that mean Lizzie gets to stay in camp with his new best friend?
Uh-huh.
Ah! I knew he liked me. He's just continuously like peppering Lychester with unnecessary compliments and like small little joy barbs, I'm gonna call them.
Joy barbs.
It's not like I'm being happy to spite him. It feels like spite.
Spite.
Anyone else want to go hunting?
Kenaris will go. No.
Ciara doesn't mind going, but yeah, she's the game.
All right, so whoever's going, just roll survival.
Right.
Sure, why not? I'm a natural hunter, and I'm gonna cast.
She's doing great on an 11. Oh.
I got a 10.
We're in the same boat. We got 10 and 11. High five.
All right, what do we get, Ellie?
I got a 19.
Oh, you do? Yeah, you are. I mean, you spend a lot of time with animals, so that actually, that does make a lot of sense. So, Adelia and Kenaris. So Adelia got a 24, Kenaris got an 18, and then 19. So the three of you are basically leading the charge. You track the animals, you find it, and then Ari and Ciara help to kill them. You find what are essentially large crabs, and then you bring them back, and we have food. So,
crab
Yep.
dinner.
Crab dinner. You come
Now,
back.
who knows how to cook it?
All of them know how to do basic cooking. So
Good. Because I don't. I'm a princess. I go to the kitchens and ask for fries.
Would you like to learn? Lizzie here starting a culinary class.
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
he just has a pot and he's starting to fill it with water and he's just putting salt in it. And he's like,
Well, show her. She's curious. Can't let curiosity go unsupervised. That's how you
and he just pulls out pepper and then puts it in the pot. You add the crab.
It's an arcane technique. It's very, very, what's it called? It's very sophisticated. Stop doing that.
Wait, are you adding it alive?
We killed it.
Don't we kill the crab first?
Yeah, they already killed it.
Yeah, we killed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's already been killed. So
Yep.
Anyway, cook it, you eat it, everyone's good, you go to sleep. You come and you have a second day of travel. And let's just do a set of rolls again to see how quickly this goes.
Was that the first day?
Yeah, that's the first day.
That means
She'll live.
that means now I can prepare good berry.
What you
Oh, so we get our rest and everything?
Get your rest. Nothing happened.
And she didn't try and convince Lychester to carry her again, but she got a 1, so apparently she's not good at this.
Ciara can help you. And
She wore the wrong shoes.
Yeah, her shoes probably don't have any grip on them.
keeps grabbing the back of your vestige to just stand you back up again as you're. It's okay. Keep moving. It slips.
There's just no grip on my shoes.
Fine, it's rough
No,
terrain.
I think I've got a blister.
It's alright. The blister just means you're not going to get blisters later. Once I heal.
Really?
Hmm. Once the skin's rough enough, you don't really have to worry about it getting any rougher.
15.
Sorry, what are we rolling? We're rolling.
You can roll survival. Yeah, survival. Or something else if
My
you
survival is a 0. I have no survival skill.
Would this is like a prolonged check, right? I'm just trying to check if my enhance ability would apply. It
No.
lasts an hour.
You'd
Okay.
have to cast it at the beginning of the day again.
Right.
Would athletics or acrobatics count?
No, it's not as specific. I guess you could do like a con check if you like, just a general con check if you wanted to.
Aye.
Can I cast guidance?
Uh huh.
Okay. Oh yeah, rolled really high.
Okay, cool. All right, give me your rolls.
21.
21,
26.
26.
Dirty 20 for Cormac and Kira got 15. It's a rough day on the feats.
Okay, and Ari got
Natural 1.
that one.
It's a rough day. That's
Okay,
My
so
shoes are flat and slippery and
win, fail, win. Okay, so yeah, we like collectively across the group, you all managed to traverse the grounds pretty quickly. Ari, Lister does just offer to carry you again. And so like you're just piggybacked, and then what happens is you're traveling, and let's see, you come
Wait,
to
is it daytime that we're
you
traveling?
kept to your nocturnal clocks.
Just checking.
nighttime. It's night daytime.
Yeah, you pass through an area where the tide has come in and out, and it takes a little bit of time to get over that. And just proceed forward. You come to you're making great time.
Cormac
And-
was going on about adventures and talking about trying to get you guys to talk about more of your adventures.
And you're chatting, you're having a pretty good time, and Lister says, wait. And he doesn't like talk at all, so like everyone turns and looks at him. And then he pauses, and you hear him listen, and he says, there's undead that way. Ahead of you.
I die.
Mm.
And he also looks around, and then he, you seem like he kind of does some calculations on his hand. He says, we were in Solari. Or what's left of it. And Solari is one of the port cities. So, like, you look, and you see ahead of you, and you see this big, just pile of rubble. As you near it, you see the rubble of crushed houses under the earth deposited down into the caverns below. There's a low moan across the area. You start to see movement across the city. City remains are undead. They scurry across the rubble like cockroaches and drag themselves across the ground. And Delia pops up. She usually has been behind you or ahead of you, scouting or keeping the rear. She's been out of sight, but she comes back and she says, it's the same upstairs. They're crawling around up there too.
It wasn't like this when I came through here earlier. To be fair, I didn't lead you to this for fun. Right?
Right, so
What?
do you want to go around? Do we want to... What's the plan?
Is there a way around? We could probably try finding one. Yeah, we could try finding one around. Who's in for a scenic route? Wherever that takes us.
The scenic route could potentially add a lot of time to your travel.
How much?
Hours.
Okay, hours aren't too bad.
Yeah.
Hours. I mean, it's hard to tell. So, because what you see ahead of you is basically an entire city of undead, and while you're contemplating, you hear someone cry out and say, "Help! Help, please help me!"
Oh,
Somebody needs help.
aye, that they do.
And you can see a dragonborn that is, his leg has been injured. He's pulling himself across the ground. There's about a pack of 5 undead following him as he is slowly dragging himself away from these things.
What is the space?
How far away?
What's the spacing between the Dragonborn and the undead?
It's closing fast. It's about
Okay.
it's 15 feet and closing fast.
How far away is he?
He's about 60 feet away.
I could vortex warp him.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, that will solve the problem.
Yes!
You're just blubbering on the ground like, please.
I'm vortex warp
I'm
him.
doomed.
That's a neat trick.
Yeah.
Party.
And while while Ari does that, because I mean those undead are still pursuing us, I'm gonna cast plant growth just in that area to try to slow them down as we escape.
Yeah, so out from your staff, this plant growth of vines cuts across the ground, and then a very surprised dragonborn is now in your midst. And he's like, oh, please.
Where am I?
Welcome to the party. And Cormac is just like, oh, wow, you guys are really well suited to cause as much trouble as you like, aren't you? He's impressed with the two of you, and she's just like, we're on our way out. So, your leg will be needed. We'll be needing some tendon too. And she looks very stiffly at either Lister, but then more comfortably looks at Luna. Just like, and
Might I be able to help his leg?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like a normal break.
Okay. All right. Let's lay on hands him.
Okay. Give him some. And
Start with 10 HP.
all right, so the femur pack pops back into place. He looks at it. Oh, thank you. I don't know what to say. And he looks very puzzled as he looks at this very eclectic group.
You can think about that one while we're running. As I lift up my staff and just the roots start to come out of it. As I finish with just the brush and vines that I kind of built up in the cave.
Says, well, there are others that direction which you are trying to go. He points across the city, and he looks at you, Ellie, and he goes, "Have we met before?"
Have we? And I kind of tilt my head because I don't think Ellie has met a dragonborn.
You've met two.
Oh, okay.
There's at least one on the cruise ship.
Yeah, that's the left row.
Right. Okay.
been on any cruises lately?
Were you on the Season's Delight?
So, no, I am a sailor by trade. I usually handle a lot of livestock on ships.
Well, I know a lot of livestock.
roll intelligence.
Cormac laughs. He finds you hysterical. He thinks you're the funniest person in this whole party.
I'm being
aside from
serious, though. I rolled another nat 20!
Woo!
You're
You're thinking about it. You remember back months ago, right after the party had basically formed, Alana and Tarina were still with you. You saw this shipwrecked crew that had dashed against the rocks, and like their entire cargo was livestock. And so all these animals were in the ocean trying to swim. They're freaking out, and the crewmen were like, "What are we doing?" And so you used your shepherd's staff to pull them all back. And then Lana was like, "I want to talk to this dragonborn." So I was like, "This is Drake, the French dragonborn." So here's Drake.
That was
Just
literally years ago, and we moved like twice.
Yeah.
I am not going to remember that at all.
You have impeccable recall. What are you talking about?
Ellie remembers that.
Yes.
Mike just...
It's okay, Michael. I can't read, so you know we can't. You can't remember. I can't read. We're merry.
Perfect team.
We're merry band of people.
Yeah.
Plus, Luna can read. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, your animals are drowning, and we saved them.
Yes, exactly. And we're in a similar situation. What are you?
Oh right, Drake.
Yes, that is me. And you go into introductions, and well, which direction
Drake
are
the
you?
Dragonborn.
Hello.
So,
He does a little bow. I am a sailor by trade. Thank you very much for healing me and saving me. I was just doing and he explains that he was just doing a drop off with the ship. They had like some time off on shore while they waited for like more cargo to come, and then the earthquake hit, and he doesn't know where his crew is. There's a couple survivors that have kind of gathered, and most of the city it was crushed. And then, like, these undead started popping up, and so...
That's rotten luck.
did the earthquake bring you into the Underdark? Did it bring you underground?
Yeah, because basically the city split and slid in.
Oh.
Because, they're by the ocean, so, the ground isn't as stable because there's, water. The water level's higher, so anyway.
It's funneling. It's like a proud city then turns into a fissure upon which everything falls into, like, a void or a depression. Sorry.
All right, so we're, you have to get across essentially this big city of,
Undead.
Undead, yep.
No problem.
How do you want to go about doing that?
Stealth all the way.
Yeah, stealthily.
Okay. You're gonna try to stealth through. All right.
Less trouble
Yeah,
we
I
can
can-
really keep up, the faster we can get.
I got another pass without a trace.
Yeah, that lasts like an hour, so you have to cast it again.
Yeah.
And then we also have Andelia who could do it. Haha.
Yeah.
That's you. Oh, okay. So Ciara got an 18 for stealth, right? Oh, and then we add plus 10?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Yeah, plus 10.
28 for Ciara, and oh god, that's ridiculous. Okay, so that would just be a 30. Wait, what's 18 plus 12 plus
24,
10? That's 20, 30. That's 40. Just gets a 40.
Just authority. Okay.
40?
Just a
Yeah,
40.
Cormac is pretty much just a ghost. He's air. We
He
air.
just doesn't exist.
rolled
I mean,
really
we
good.
don't even see him.
Like
We
the roll
don't
was-
even see him. He's so stealthy.
No,
He has to keep doubling back to be like, "Hello, I'm here. I'm here."
Ugh. Man, my dice are just going nuts. I'm like rolling really good and like really bad. It's like this game is based on chance.
Also, can I say Ciara brought Oculus back today?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
you could have spent time doing that.
Excellent. Oculus it just keeps on like chattering at Cormac, and he keeps calling him Boyle, and obviously he's just very proud and happy to see him. just constantly like, oh boy, oh, I did miss you. Look at you causing all the trouble. All right, we have to be very quiet, okay? So remember what I taught you, all right? And keep an eye on the others, all right?
Math is hard. Oh, okay. Deirdre, you're not terrible today. You didn't. She did. She got it. Okay.
You got to kick butt.
Kenaris is not doing that well, though. He didn't get that high.
Oh, Kenny.
That's okay. All right. What did our other team members get?
I rolled it.
22.
I got
Dirty 20.
Okay. What did you get, Ari?
19.
Okay, and then Ciara and Cormac, did they both get 40?
No, God, Ciara couldn't win that to save her life. She got a 16 plus 2, which is an 18, and Cormac got a really solid 18 plus his dex bonus, which was a 40. And which is a 30, and then plus the 10. It's just insult to injury at this point. Just thought I could use an extra 10.
Thought I could use an extra 10. It's okay.
Could never be too careful, I guess.
Guess. God. All right, so we got a 40, a 38, a 21, 27, 17, 22, 20, 19, and 18. Pretty good across the board. And I did a general collective roll against the mass horde, and so you guys have gotten through the first. We're gonna do three of these checks. All right, so do your second round of stealth checks. If you go through. All right, we got listener, we got Delia, we got. Oh yeah, I do.
28.
Nice.
All right.
15 plus 10 is
I got a 24.
Okay.
Oh.
Me too.
Same. Yeah.
Hey.
Me the 3 24s.
Okay, we got a 14.
7,
We got a 20. Oh no, hers is
28. Okay.
this is higher. 25. Another 38. Deirdre Traps. She got a nat 1.
It's okay. Cormac got a 4, so that only gets him like a 28, so. He only gets a 28. Totally relatable.
25. All right, so we got 28, 24, 24, 24, 14, 25, 38, and 25. Lister got 38 2 times in a row.
Ooh.
Dang, we're
Showing
doing
us up.
great.
Yeah, you guys are doing great. I will
Never leave home without your pass without a trace.
Yeah. And at this point, we're like halfway through. Would we need to recast or?
Yeah, you have to recast because you're going very slowly through the city.
Yeah. I will do that. Mark up that.
And Delia can do it too, but yes. Ellie, I got this!
Ari like tries to tempt Oculus to come on over for little head scratches.
Okay, so is it Indelia casting Pass Without a Trace, or should I do it?
Yeah, she can cast it.
Okay, I'll let her do it. And then I'll just
While she's casting it,
keep my
Cormac
spells.
then. Yeah. Cormac is done chattering with the bat for a second, and so He's done like smooshing his face, like, oh, you're so wonderful. Look at you, you're so smart. All right, go check on the girls. And so he's like fluttering over, and so are you like waving him down?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, like,
of course.
shiny.
Shiny. Oh, shiny, hello. He like flumps onto your shoulder like full back cling.
Hello. She just gives him like little head scratches and cuddles.
Yeah, he sticks with you. He's having a great time. Aww. He's like a comfort bat, so he also kind of senses that you're kind of like bummed. So it's just like you just
and Ari's just gonna hold on to him.
Every time there's like a break between scritches, he like shoves his whole head like either into like your jawline or into your cheek. Like,
Okay, what do we got across the board?
all right.
29.
Whoa.
24 again.
Well, Cormac got a 41 because that's how fair that is. Ciara actually rolled a 20, a nat 20. She got a 22. Ah.
She'd have a 32 with her
It'll be
total.
32.
Oh, 32.
Plus 10,
I
yeah.
forgot to add the extra 10. She got a 32.
Ellie?
I rolled a 5. Yep. That's a 15. Not so hot, but man, that passed without a choice.
It's good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
How's our dragon friend doing too?
Oh, he just stays on Ardelia. He's fine.
Yeah.
But you managed to sneak through the city and, without alerting any of the undead. And good job, team! Yay! And you come into Drake's. This way we can. I'll lead you to the camp, so we can rest for a little bit. That was a lot. And he takes you over to this camp that's kind of like tucked under this like little cliff face that's fallen over. And inside you see a collection of people. Ellie, you see a small blue elf with glasses and gills. He's got a little cape that's like a manta ray. He has one arm free, but the other is stone, solid stone. Oh. And he says, "Hey, son, I can't walk that fast." And then this large aquatic humanoid, with a massive axe and a limp, turns and picks up the elf faster, and then hobbles away. And you follow them. There is another aquatic humanoid with a bright red body. Half of his body is petrified, like down the middle, one side. There's a beautiful sea maiden along the shore, because you have reached the sea caves, so she's in like the waves as they come up and staying wet that way. She's a long tail with many fins attached to it, and a chainmail vest. She slides across the sand as the other two approach. "Finn, darling. Finn, did you find anything for us?" Finn pulls out a couple of peaches. "Well, I got some food, but no luck on restoring us." He holds up his hand. And then the female coils up like a snake around him, and you interpret it as being affectionate rather than possessive. And she says,
Terrifying.
or terrifying. And she says, "Oh, well, if only my God had not been a life-desecrating evil thing, I would have this solved by now."
I love this.
So this is a cameo, because the Halloween special is canon.
Yes.
I mean, they don't look like evil fish people, like from the Season's Delight. We should help them, right?
That's a big one. Kara's just like stopped, and she's like, and he's like, "Aloe." He's like, it's like Dee and it's like Dee and stop it, stop saying that, shut up. Yeah, you know it's like her. could talk to him.
Anyway, they're there to.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Goodberry
Yeah.
and be like, you guys look hungry, and that you need some help. So
Oh. Are you handing the fruit to?
Hand to the really tall one, the small one, or the slithery one, or the other tall one.
Walking up to them, who would be like the closest to me?
SoM?
Okay, yeah, I would be approaching SoM. And I look like just like a small baby, or just like a small child compared to
He's
SoM.
tall and green, you are small and green.
Yeah. SoM, she's like 8 feet tall, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just like tiny hands holding out a bunch
And you
of
see like this massive hand go and like pluck a berry. Good.
Yeah, you only really need one.
And then she like picks up the other two, like her big hands like scoop up the other ones, and then she says, "Have mine?" Question.
Well, you can share them with your friends. I mean, you only really need one. They are very fascinating.
And then she just nods and turns, and then very like delicately like feeds it to the red one who is lying on the ground, and she's very like affectionate with him, and it's a stark contrast than what you would think from this massive like barbarian woman with a giant axe. She just...
Did you guys get affected by the earthquake?
And Finn is hand. Ooh, good berry. Well, we weren't petrified by the earthquake. That's what you're asking. But we are hungry and tired because of the quake. So yes, technically.
How do you get petrified?
There's this like collection of glances across them, and then the sea maiden says, "Well, how familiar are you with other planes?"
I've heard of them, but I've never been to any.
Not sure you've been to the Feywild.
Yeah, we've been to the.
We've been to Feywild, huh?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Well,
I've only been to one.
oh good, we're not dealing with idiots. We were sent on we're from Yanacha, which is a city below the sea, and we were sent to investigate strange happenings. And we came upon a series of other planes, and were petrified there. And not all of us came back, but we came back here. And since then, we've been trying to find ways to restore ourselves. That's the short version.
Sorry for your loss. And
Thank you.
Is this a dispel magic kind of situation?
I mean,
You need, I think petrification needs
You need-
greater restoration.
Yeah, you need greater restoration.
What? Not mending? They mean it's mended.
I don't have the means to do it right now, but if you guys happen to have the resources for it, I can cast a greater restoration, but I don't have the resources to really cast it, because it does consume quite a bit of wealth.
Cormac looks at you and then just indicatively looks at the city like. And Ciara just like.
The whole destroyed
Take-
city right there. Nobody wants any of that stuff.
It's like, oh. Cormac. I was just thinking.
I mean, my friends were telling me that like you need like a diamond.
Diamond? Wow, where are we gonna find a diamond?
Yeah,
I rolled. They're poor. They have nothing.
Yeah.
All of them rolled under a 10.
Oh,
It's okay. We're poor too.
I mean, Cormac once again just leans his head towards the city, and Kira's just like, oh, gee, Mac, I wonder what happened the last time you went scuttling around in a place you weren't really supposed to be scuttling, despite the fact that it could have caused you any trouble. Well, that's a fine question, a fine point, but all things considered, I'd say that I came up smelling like a rose, considering I got to find a bunch of new friends and Lissy. I'm about 1,000 here.
Shop in town.
Right! Imagine I see that! Gotta say yes to something.
I mean, do you think a city would have like a diamond worth of like 100 gold? I feel like that's really hard to come by.
I mean, if you found a good jewelry shop, it should have something like that.
No one's looted first, then, pickings are good, usually.
Yeah, but there's kind of like, a giant horde of zombies in the way.
Oh, hi. Don't ever go in as a group. He laughs at the idea.
Does the Dragonborn know where a jewelry shop might be?
The whole thing went topsy-turvy, but...
Well, there aren't any in Solari, but there are plenty in Restarumn. If we could get the ship going, I could take you there, but because the ship is a good ship, but I don't have the people or means to have the ship run. That's the problem.
Wait, the ship's broken?
No, like the ship is fine, but they don't have a crew.
Needs crew.
Yeah, I need a crew to...
Well, I've never driven a ship before, but I bet we could do it.
How far would this take Cormac from where he has to go?
Right, Lister?
He just like, this is way off what we're doing.
It is technically a border, but a border between land and sea. Doesn't it count?
But these people
just
need
kinda
help. I mean, if you were made out of stone, wouldn't you want help?
Just a question.
Technically, we just need to take you to the border. In this one as well. Getting into sea, land or sea, doesn't matter.
I have a question.
Yeah.
In my pocket wardrobe that has my jewelry and small selection of clothing and shoes. As a princess, would I have a diamond worth 100 gold? I'm just running this through my head.
Just roll. I'm just gonna roll a d20. I'm just gonna roll a d20 to see, because you might actually. You do.
Jeez.
Wait, I'm gonna keep that
do. You do.
Yeah, as Ellie is just like, I mean, like, a diamond worth 100 gold is so hard to come by. Who would actually have that?
Cormac is like, well, jewelry shop for one. 100 gold you could actually just come across on the thing. Royalty, castles,
So you
a horde, actually. If you had a horde. Done and done.
You open up your compact, and then you open it again and again, and it just unfolds into like a tent essentially, and everyone's just like, what is happening? And then out springs like this like closet, and then there's like a selection of jewelry out and shoes, and there's a little vanity, and you have all your pretty things all lined up. There's yeah, and you take.
They're not my most favorite. I have my very special ones too, but they don't have diamonds in them.
And you pluck. 100 gold diamond to royalty is trivial.
It's nothing. I'm sure I've got some that are worth more. Sure. Find the diamond necklace, pick the little one at the end.
Yeah, it's just like a little pendant on like a silver chain, and you just hand it to Ellie.
There you go. Close it all up.
Oh.
That is a fascinating bit of
This is huge.
spellcraft there. Cormac
I've
is
never
like
seen a
trying to
diamond this big.
stunned into silence.
Folds it all back up.
Folds it all back up. Lister and Angelia are watching Cormac like a hawk.
She'll find a loose, shiny button to give to Oculus.
I love it.
She likes
I
giving-
love Empress, my piece. I'll keep it forever. It's mine. It's mine. Maggie, look.
I'm just like, wait, is it? So, I see it, boy. And he like looks at Lister, see it, and then he winks at Lister. See him watching him. I see.
So, DM, I'm gonna leave this to your discretion. I do not have the spell prepared, so we would need to take a long rest for me to actually cast it. But if you want to just, for brevity's sake,
You could I would say you would need to do the waiting, but like you would have at this you've spent a number of hours getting there anyway, so it is about time to like rest anyway. It's a little early, but
okay.
you made like really good time because you have 2 rangers with you and everyone rolled really well, and so you but you've basically reached the point where you do have to go to the sea, or you have to go up and then like up on land and like get to the border. So we'll say you guys can bed down for another rest, and then 8 hours later we get up. And you can. Who do you want to cast Greater Restoration on?
Who looks the most worst for wear?
Alaksha. Half of his body is petrified.
The big
Okay.
red one that the
The
big
red
green
one.
one keeps on coming towards.
I'm like, well, I can only really cast this spell
do Ellie, and so does Valarin, who is the sea maiden, and they're like, how can we repay you? Like, do you want us to pay you back? Like, can we contact you again to do this again? Can we bring you diamonds, and can you do this again? He's like, I have one arm. I miss my arm.
Yeah, I guess you could contact us again. I mean, if you have some sort of sending or thing
they're
like this.
A place you live? Do you have a home?
And I'm just like, well,
Maybe Virkis.
kind of. Like, you could probably find us at Virkis, but we're also like, we go around a lot. Like, we were in the Arcane Empire, and then we were going to Virkis, and we're planning on going to Bogravar.
And Valarin's like, Bogravar?
And like, literally, like a couple weeks ago, we were in the Feywild, so we go around a lot.
Kira just notices that you're going for a second. She's like, there's a likelihood that if ever you need to contact, we do have a forwarding system at Virkis. Right, Luna? It's just like, please help Ellie answer any question.
Just listing off all the places that we've been to.
She's been talking with the big ones, and she's just like, I don't think...
and sometimes we've been to Gundrake a bunch of times, and...
Not central.
We have people that we're regularly in contact with in Virkis.
Where is that?
That's
oh shit.
It's just inside the human kingdom.
Okay, we'll ask. Okay, hey, are you? We're gonna go. I guess we're going to the Dwarven Alliance then. Okay. And so at this point, essentially what can happen is you can go and hoof it on land, or you can try to make it work with a boat. Both are gonna just be another round of skills checks. If you go by boat, Valarin, Finn, SoM, and Alaksha will be with you because they're gonna go by water.
Then they can help out, huh?
Possibly. They can at least push the boat.
I turn towards Drake and I'm like, does this count as a crew? They're like fish people, but not really fish people.
He's like, well, I can tell you what to do on this ship, I suppose. And honestly, I'll take it because when am I gonna find able-bodied people here? And he kind of gestured. There's a handful of other randos, and it's women and children. And one is one of the survivors is actually a captain of a different ship, and then one's just like, excuse me, and Captain Moot, Wari, and she. Penelope. Why did I put Penelope there? Oh, whatever. They are a half human, half dwarf, and are the Dwarven Alliance. I'm planning to do that. I can help on the ship. So, if you all go on to the ship, then we'll do it that way. So basically, there's the sails in the masts, and you're gonna need someone who's a helmsman. And you'll need someone who can be in the crow's nest, and someone who can help guide you out of the All right, so first of all, what happens is you're on the ship, but they're having trouble because they need to navigate around these rocks that are in the water, and they don't want to scrape the bottom of the ship because then, they don't have a ship. So, what is your plan? Are we gonna get this ship moving?
Ooh, can we have Ellie flying above to look at rocks? Or look for obstructions in the water so we can navigate around?
Yeah, I can totally do that.
All right. So, Ellie, you shift into a bird. And Kenaris will climb into the crow's nest. And
Could probably have any of the strong swimmers be able to see any rocks that are like below the surface, but not breaching the waves, so that they don't accidentally scrape over.
okay. So we'll have SoM, all the aquatics go in the water. All right. So let's have Serena. You can roll for SoM.
Oh, yay!
Yeah, and I'll roll for.
Should I
For-
roll perception?
Yeah, roll perception.
I think I find our sheets somewhere. In
All right. So
God, I'm a seagull.
Could Ari be at like the bow of the boat, just like looking out as well for any other rocks?
yeah, you want to be a part of the perception crew? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Perception.
I don't have really much perception or any perception, but I'll roll.
Go for it.
Alright, I got a 12 on the dice, so that's what I got.
Is that you, Sonam? Is this you? Yeah. Hi.
You have her sheet. Yeah.
Actually, that's Icky. Icky wanted to say, "Blessed rays, blessed rays."
Ooh, could I keep like message open between the party so that everybody can communicate with each other, all the different lookouts?
You could be their relay, but you can't have like a network. So yeah, you could
Okay.
say like, "What is it? Oh, this." So like, you could be like the operator basically, and just relaying the messages. Yeah. All right.
I can do that.
Cool.
Relaying the messages so that everybody can kind
So
of communicate
lower
with
the
it.
DC. All right, Kenaris rolled well. He got a natural 17 with his perception. So that's like a 23. And then Finn got like a 15. I rolled her for Lauren. She didn't do well. She got a nat 1. Alaksha got a 6. So he got probably like an 8.
Sonam has hidden from me. She's not with anybody, and Icky has taken her place. So I'm going to roll, and then, do you have her sheet?
No.
Well, I'm not
So far, I have 2 fails and 2 successes.
Alright.
I rolled a 24 on my perception.
Okay, so now we have another success. Okay.
I have an 18. I don't know what the plus is.
Okay, 18. Yeah, collectively, you all worked together, and then you managed to scoot the ship out and move it into the sea. So now we need to have someone to let's see. We'll have Drake and Captain Moot are working together collectively. Drake is working as sort of the navigator. He's pulling out the maps, and then Moot is giving you orders. So bring down the sails, hoist the anchor, and so we're gonna need strength checks
I got it.
do that, or some other thing if you want to finagle it somehow. Give me a good idea.
I got strength. Do.
I want to intimidate the sails to go the direction I tell.
That's
I'll use Mage Hand and all 5 pounds of its ability
All
to move
5
anything.
pounds. You can do like a cheerlead them, like moral support.
Oh, you can do it, yeah.
So do a performance check.
Alright.
I can.
Oh, I can play my flute in an uplifting kind of shanty type song. I'll just lead the shanty. That's it. Is wait, performance is 4, so that's 17.
No. Okay. I got 21 altogether for the strength check. He can't do a whole
14.
lot of strengthening, but I'm sure that he'll probably just want to do the assist. So, Cormac, if he's needed anywhere else, I don't think they need another springy boy anywhere.
I have 2 fails, 2 successes across the board.
Cormac just got an 18.
Oh, good.
And with his
So
athletics,
so-
he got dex. So I don't know if that I could add the dex to that.
Oh, a Laksha got a natural. Oh wow! I just rolled 2 natural 20s.
Nice.
Okay, well, with the help of your aquatic friends, you know, the big boys, you got a Laksha and SoM, and they like just hurl that anchor they just slap that anchor into place, and then the sails go up, and like it's very shocking because like Kenaris, like, you know, he's a buff dude. He's like, and then he sees these giant like 8-foot, you know, monsters just slap this anchor into place, and he's like,
And Cormac,
Okay.
that's the power of love.
okay. And it's nearing. We're in. You guys went to bed early, so. Yeah, it's still
Still bright
dark.
out.
Yeah.
Still dark,
So
dark out.
yeah, it's become. We'll say it's becoming light. Kenaris just shifts into his dog form, and you hoist.
My cat.
Yeah. So you hoist anchor and sail, and if you want to do anything to try to speed things up, now would be the time to do it.
Kira just keep her goggles on, and Cormac actually switches his eye patch to his real eye, and then he just uses the other eye to be seen in daytime.
Lychester and Delia actually have full suits that they pull up.
Nice.
Yeah, so they have like masks that they pull on. So you don't get to see their animal forms.
I don't know how to use this because I've never used it. But could I like make a motor off the back of the boat with storm sphere? Like make the water churn faster behind the boat?
Yeah, just
And
do
push
an
it forward?
do your spell slot and then make an Arcana check. So you don't
Okay,
damage
well,
the ship.
I have the dice is an 18 and
Ooh.
my Arcana is 1, so that's 19.
Okay, yeah, I'd say that works. Ari, you're like, let's see if this works. So it's really funny because it's a cat casting this spell. And then all of a sudden there's this surge of motion as the ship goes. And you catch a good wind, so you're on the way, and we'll say that you get to, in the distance, you can see. Oh, I messed up my eyeliner.
All good.
You can see basically the hills of Restarumn in the distance, and you make dock, and at that point, Lister and Andelia basically are like, well, we did our job. And they turn to Luna, actually. And they're like, we think... And Delia looks at you and says, we're entrusting you with the princess. Don't mess up. And... you know how to call us.
Okay.
Well, I'll keep you posted. And then,
Does the call me gesture. Later, Lissy. Call me.
it's just like, why?
I actually learned recently that kids nowadays do this instead of this.
Really?
Yeah.
This is like year old and this is like or this.
Call me.
Calm.
Call me. Oh yeah, that's so weird.
Because you're using a cell phone.
I guess what they would do is like,
He's like, call me, and he's a.
like the whole
Kara's
time,
just like, stop antagonizing him.
it's just a sigh. And he
I rock that one. He does not break. He's impressed.
breast. And I mean, it's hard to tell because they're in full suits and masks. But there is like, if you watch them, like, Endelian does like just kind of like elbow Lister, and he just kind of shoves her back.
Stop! Don't encourage him.
Don't. And
Ari's gonna come on up and she's gonna be like, "Thanks, Lister, for carrying me."
He gets close to you and he says it softly enough so that only you can hear, and basically says, "It is my honor to serve you. Also, I'm going to be reading Thundering Hearts next, so let me know what you think." He just gave you like the next romance novel he's reading.
I haven't read any of them.
It's like, well, it sits back pretty good.
I'll keep that in mind.
Don't die.
Make sure Art stays safe.
Yeah.
Keep her safe. Don't die. Got it.
Don't die. He does a bow. And Delia does one eventually, and then they leave. So now you're in Restarumn. And you yeah, so I'll say that Luna, you get a call from the lock.
Hey, babe.
We just came in. I brought Rusty, and I brought Dozer, and I brought Silver, and I brought Koo. We're outside city because, believe it or not, they don't want direwolves. They're in the city.
What?
Surprise.
But they're so nice, and they're domesticated. They're basically huskies, okay?
I keep telling them that our choruses, but they don't believe me. So, and you know how great I am with people.
Oh, fair. Sorry. We'll be there in a bit. We just got into the dock.
Good. Great, I am at the West Gate. No.
I will meet you there.
Okay. And we'll say that I don't know what Cormac's doing at this point, because
Yeah, no. I imagine he's doing this like. Well, I did my part, and it has been lovely being with you lasses. But I'm AWOL technically, so I have to get back to my supervisor before she informs our supervisor. Kira just looks at him. Arla. It just like nods. Is there anything else y'all need? He just like looks at everyone like, everyone okay?
I guess we are.
You're a scrapper, you'll be fine. Right, well, if you ever need anything, please feel free to call Uncle Mackie. And he looks at Kira and like, I think she's only done this maybe with Ellie when she was giving her a pep talk, but he reaches up and his hand touches the back of her neck and he pulls her down and their foreheads touch and she does the same thing and they just sort of do like they clap the back of each other's necks, just like, so keep your head up. I'll be seeing you around. And he just effectively blazes out of there. It's just shoo. Flourish and a few people pass and then just shoo.
he's gone. And we'll say that you guys, I imagine you go to the West Gate.
Right?
Can we take
Yes.
a break?
Yeah.
Snack break.
Snack break.
Snack break.
Okay. So I totally forgot that Deirdre was there because we had 50 things happening. But Deirdre would go with Cormac if he'd let her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she'd just be like, so, I mean, you
doesn't-
need to go home. And I need to go home.
Go
Don't
in the
want-
same direction?
Do you want company?
Hey, well, I gotta pick up a friend. If Mum's the word on how we met or how I find you, then
Oh, well, I don't need to be me.
Intrigued. Oh,
She's like, what would be an appropriate companion for you?
I mean, who could go back with a bunch of soldiers, or just two of them? Like, it just kind of is all. If be anyone,
An elite soldier.
he just sits there. He's like, oh, just a regular old mage. Make up a name, make up a place that you live, probably somewhere in the west, preferably. And that way, when we ditch you, you're just going back to your contingent.
Right.
Right.
She just casts disguise self. And she looks younger. She has the appropriate wings, as they are called, which are the like sashes that the drow have.
Sure, look at you. Here, might want to tuck that one your top side, otherwise it looks like we're on business.
I'd have to recast it. It's just I just stuffed up, I guess. So
So, yeah, you can be stuffy. Also here, and he just like hands her like some other weird thing. He's like, oh, here you go. Now you've got a fashion statement. Fantastic. Oh yeah. He just gives her like what looks like an extra like strip of cloth, which then he like ties to look like one of those round circular infinity scarves. And he's just like, oh, there, you look fabulous. No one will ever question you.
Oh well, if I know infinity scarves were how I would not be questioned, I would have picked this up long ago.
So, well, it's hard not to question such a ephemeral beauty.
Oh, and the two of them just walk it off.
He probably does like do like a deep bow to Ari, be like, "I'll tell your brother I said hi," and to
Okay.
and to he has no idea.
Well, girls, I'm going now. Thank you again. Been fun. And then, very undrow, she like does a hug gesture. Like, are we at hug level or just?
Kira takes her up on a hug because she's getting used to hugs too.
Yes, they embrace, and it's like they're like, how many passes do you do? She looks at Luna for help.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Nod, they nod. Yeah. Hugging commenced. All right.
Cormac looks fascinated. That's like a new magic trick. He's like, what's that?
What was going on?
That looks cool.
And so if she puts her hands out for other hugs, but she's like, how do you hug? So if you don't hug her back, she's like, all right.
I was gonna say Ari comes up and offers a cat hug. Cat hug?
Meow.
Oh, of course. So
Luna will give a hug.
yeah, full hugs.
Yay. And just, group hugs.
Group hug. Yeah, she hugs Luna. That everyone else joins in, and Kenaris is a dog, so he just rubs his head against her, and then she returns to Cormac, and they depart into the city. No, Kenaris would stay. So, how late do we want to go? Because we can do RPs, or we can stop here.
I do have to work tomorrow, which is sadly always the case, I think. But
Do you want to go for like 10 more minutes, and you could talk to Gilak?
Sure, why not?
All right, 10 more minutes. Yeah, so the group of you go over to the West Gate, and Ari, this is the first time I think you've seen Galag. So, what's he look like, Luna?
Actually, let me see. Do I have a picture of him on here?
You see a pack, like 4 dire wolves. There is a single rider at the front. Then he is garbed in leathers and has on goggles. He has long white silver hair, and most of him's covered up. And he's talking to the guards of the city, and the dwarves of they're dwarven guards, and they're just like, nope, these dogs.
There's one of you, and there's like 6 of them, dude. Like, how much control can you really have?
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know.
I built an ESO, so I'm going to stick him in there. Go. There we go.
Oh.
He is half drow, half human. So you can't super tell that right now because he's all garbed up. But you see, well, I ain't letting none of these frangled dire wolves in the city. No, sir. And he's like, come on. They're fine. They're domesticated. They're like horses. No, we're not letting them in.
They're more like huskies, actually. They're just happy little huskies.
Look, you can camp outside with him, whatever you want. Just don't bring him in the city. It's gonna bring a big stink. We don't want to deal with that. So, but tell you what, there's an outside stable if you want to put him in there. Head around the south, and you'll hit the stables. But the answer to getting this, if you want these dire wolves in the city, the answer is no.
Oh, a compound would be dreadful. Kiara just like went to the fattest one. She's like, oh, a compound would be dreadful, wouldn't it? And she's just it's the fat one. That's her favorite.
Yeah, you go to Doozer. So, Ari, you see these big giant. They're like Luna dog. They're just big giant dire wolves, and they. You greet the party, and the dogs come over and sniff everyone. There's, I think Koo is black, and then
it's very dark gray. Yeah,
very dark gray. Rusty is like orange, and then Dozer I think is gray.
Yeah,
and then I think that's the. Did I have a 4th dog?
There's a silver.
Oh, it's silver. Silver is like silver.
Yeah. So you greet the dogs. They are excited to meet new people. Balak looks around. So you have a new companion.
Sniffs them like how cats sniff new.
Luna just like throws her arms around him dramatically.
This is Ari.
Aww.
Oh.
He's hugging Luna, and he looks down. Look at she a druid too.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
Hey.
She does that little half smile, like, oh, you get it.
there's like a little bit of a jump. You didn't expect the cat to speak. Oh. Steps away from Luna. Hello, I'm Balak. I'm
You
Luna.
go shake hands with her.
Do I?
Pleasure to meet you.
He bends down and like gently shakes her paw. Well, we can get right in if you want. We didn't.
Okay.
We got some more stamina in the dogs, so if anyone's ready to go, we can hop on.
All right. Let's go.
Kira just pauses, like, should we pick up rations in the city before heading out?
Oh, That's a good idea. Unless Ellie wants to, like,
You don't
pop
have
a
rations?
berry.
It's like you don't have rations?
We had an earthquake. That's what we had.
Yeah.
State of
Right.
emergency.
Okay,
I don't
alright,
mind just making good berries, but whatever.
Good.
will work
Good berries
for us.
good berries are great to have along, but in the event that, it's been a tired and long day, just in case. It's always good to have them just in case.
That's true.
But you're doing great. Like, Kira's like, but it's very useful. You're doing great.
All right. So, easy enough. We'll just say you run to the city, you grab some rations. You can give it at any general store, so just mark off the silver for it, and you can stack up. And, we'll say, in, half an hour, you are off on the road. And, with the dogs, you can just ride up directly to Lychester. And given how well you rolled, I would say you have 3 to 4 more days to get to Lychester. And if you ride pretty hard, you'll get there in time.
Okay.
But, at one point you'll have to bed down for the night, so you set up camp, and,
Ari's traveling in the day. Probably tired.
Everyone's probably tired. They adjusted to a nocturnal clock.
Yeah, that's right.
So everyone's, a bit jet-lagged, and Kalak is the only one who's up, and then, you're going...
And Ari's, taking a cat nap because...
Yeah. You just sit in someone's lap while they ride. Settle down for camp. Glock has tents, so you guys can set up in a tent, or you can sleep outside if you want. And then
Contact.
he has basically horse dogs to put a bunch of stuff on. So
Damn.
And he takes Luna by the hand and he says, "You want to share my tent?"
Yeah. I was hoping you'd ask.
Aw.
So they go into their tent, and let's just say they reunite as lovers. And the next morning, he is a little more chipper than usual.
We had
Can
a
I-
long storytelling at this
Can I
campfire.
talk to Ari before we
Yeah.
before we end?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess at that nighttime I go to Ari's tent and I'm like, so do you think your mom's gonna be
And
mad?"
Ari's
Yeah.
Ari's changed back into herself and is awake because she catnapped through this.
So, do you think your mom's gonna be mad? From a scale from not caring to sending bloodthirsty bounty hunters after us mad?
Where on the scale does she weigh?
We've already had to deal with the latter.
Now, Tiffany, out of game, I would sort of know this because of
Forgot to have her send. You do know because you got a very upsetting sending that I forgot to mention because it was buried. But basically on day 1 when you were in the caverns, you get a message you get a sending message from your mother that's like, "Ciara, where are you? You have a duty to the Empire. It's just
You abandon your post.
I can't find you anywhere. Where are you?"
Doesn't respond.
Doesn't respond.
I'm like
Leave her
ghosting
unheard.
Ghosting.
You're unheard.
And she just. And
I
you,
see the ellipses!
it's like, "I know it's going through. You insolent, selfish child, abandoning your responsibilities of our people during a crisis. You've been spoiled and like she just roasts you, man.
You
He
alright?
is casting.
Well, if you return,
spells.
if you return home, you'll find it far different than what you remember. So she was just not happy.
I'm sure she's fine. But I think that from here on out, we shouldn't introduce me as Ari. I think we might want to pick a different name for me.
We could blend in, but not Kiari or Alia.
What
Definitely don't
about
use the full name.
what about Ira? It's your name, but backwards. Nobody will ever know.
Syra? Is that what?
I said Ira.
Ira? All right.
It's your name spelled backwards.
I don't know. I'm thinking about it.
Kenaris is like still with you, and he's like, I feel like he'd be like, yeah, I'm here. I don't know if I should be here.
Oh, no, I have another one. Since you turn into a cat, why not a cat name?
Kitty?
Callie?
There is like a chirping, and like Oculus is like hopping up and down, hopping up and down, hopping up.
Lee. Tell him I said it.
Lily is also an option. Okay, I imagine it's from Chiara right? The Lee, right? Lee.
Oh, Leah.
Stop
Lily.
repeating after.
Oh, I think you said Lily.
Yeah, Lily.
Well, I liked the Leah.
Leah. To work.
And certainly my mother would not know me by that name at all. It may take me a little bit of getting used to saying it, but if I don't go by my name, then it will make me blend in a little bit more, hopefully.
Don't worry, I'm a master of deception. When I say your name, I'll give you the...
Kenaris just like rolls over and dies. He's laughing so hard.
And I kind of chuckle. I'm like, even Kenaris bought it.
Rule of thumb, if you don't want to be noticed, we won't use your full name. We won't use your title. You'll have to, at the very least, when alone with anyone, you'll have to adapt to the mannerisms of the people around you so that you don't stand out. Not anyone you don't know, anyone that you're close to. So since you and Ellie are closer to an age, you potentially could adapt similar mannerisms, or at the very least attempt to... Well, actually, you and Luna might be able to reflect some of similar things. So we could at the very least pass you as a lady. But if you're really just trying to go in for blending in, you can act similarly to Ellie when you are alone. Try not lying. It's just like, how are you good? How are you at lying? It's like she just...
Well, there's also the fact that during the day I will need to look like a cat.
That is definitely in your favor.
And you're able to change your fur color. Are you able to just do that with your face?
I'm able to do that with disguise self. Oh, like with my face, sure.
Yeah, disguise self also very much works. So you could, instead of being an arcanic elf, you could probably look like an elfin or
Like
You're just
forest elf, moon elf. Those are rare though. And Kenaris is just like eating and kind of commenting here or there. Though you dress really nice.
You can make yourself green so you look just like me. It would be non-conspicuous.
You could also look like Luna, because since the both of you act like you're highborn, that technically you could lie and say you're sisters. I mean, you both have siblings, so that might be normal.
I mean, disguise self. She could do that.
Mm.
This could work so long as people don't check our pedigree.
Cousins. Cousins.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good.
I guess two half elves would be less conspicuous than two Eladrins. Now that I think about it, the 2 peacocks didn't really work too well.
It's a splendid idea, though. It looks great. It's just not a great execution.
Just Luna, just no.
Or maybe now it's my turn to learn how to not be a princess.
Yeah, you're gonna have to rough it a little bit, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's really gonna help you blend in if you're not avoiding the...
None of us can cast prestidigitation, so you'll blend in no time. Just get some dirt on you, it'll be fine. Aww.
I can do that, but I mean, I can do that too.
Yeah, so you continue chatting, and we can wrap up at right here. You all are good with that? Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. What did we enjoy from this session?
I really liked Serena, like, acting up both Ciara and Uncle Mackie.
Feel like that went better as well.
Yeah,
you did a good job there.
A lot of the time she's just like, oh, stop antagonizing him. Why are you trying to get him to fight you? It is a game and he is winning, and I have to see if he's going to really clear the finish line on this one. If he doesn't snap at me, he wins. And I really have to make that win worth it.
Just a pure agent of chaos. With no...
He just loves life and just being.
He just likes people. I mean, like, the interesting thing is, like, you see him and you think he's reckless, but he's actually really careful. And that's how he gets away with stuff all the time.
Luck follows me everywhere I go, but I like to think I planned it somehow.
Also, he's like, yeah.
Like Jack Sparrow in the first movie.
Yeah, definitely has the luck feat.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Who's going next? Michael.
I really liked the guest stars from our, like, Deep Water mini campaign.
Dark Waters mini campaign. Yeah.
I like to think that, like, during that first day there, they were all, like, hurled around and just, like, talking, like, what's it like under the ocean? What are you? Why are you so tall?
Yeah, I was gonna, like, say, I was like, yeah, Ellie would totally be like, so how do you drink stuff underwater? Is it already wet? It's just like, but...
Yeah. It's wet. It's water. That's Finn.
Also what you breathe?
I mean, we don't really get thirsty down there, to be fair.
Right.
But I guess that is a good question. Do fish drink water? I know they inhale water for oxygen.
Yeah. Sorry, sad tangent. But I really like the reunion of Galak and Luna. I thought that was very cute.
Me too.
Yeah. We gotta get our boys back. Gotta get our couple back together.
Also, all the doggos.
Oh yeah, we love our doggos.
The fed one.
Dozer has, like, his saddle, like, barely fits him. It's on, like, the last, like,
link thing.
It's on the last, like, little hole. I mean, like, Galak probably had to get an awl and, like, put a whole new hole in, and then, like, put the saddle on Dozer, who was just a chonkers.
Piece of leather just, like, tied to it to extend it.
Ciara just thinks he looks so cute. She's like, oh, look at you.
Just constantly panting.
He's just happy to be here.
Yeah.
He's just a massive sausage.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, he's a good boy. Like a big corgi.
Yeah.
I also like the last scene with just, like, I mean, basically Ari having to deal with, like, her transition. Just, like, how she's gonna have to deal with that.
Yeah, I like that too. I enjoy it.
I could teach you not to be a princess. I've been not a princess my entire life.
Oh, good. Somebody can teach me. Well, I've taught you how to be a princess, so now you can unprincess me.
Perfect. All right.
Princess
Amelia, tell me stuff you liked. What did you enjoy?
Emotion.
I liked Ellie's comment of, well, I know a lot of livestock to the dragonborn. That was pretty funny. Kind of like, I actually really enjoyed the whole stuff with the dragonborn, and even though I don't know the story around it, it was just a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. So, and I enjoyed Cormac. I mean, what's not to enjoy, right?
It's a bundle of fun.
Don't let him know that. It means he has power.
You're powering him. You're just feeding him.
Feeding him.
I really liked the Cormac and Lister sort of thing going on. Poor Lister is having a hard time.
He hasn't said anything about it.
We discussed that. I discussed this with Serena, and I was like, Vaughn would have broken him like before. So because Vaughn is behind Ari. You know that he's a big troll. He's just good at hiding it when he's on duty. But when he's off duty, he's always he'll go over to Art's office and be like, hey, is this bother you? And
put his feet on his desk, or he'll sit in his chair, or he'll just be like, "All
bother you?"
Move his
and
feet.
They reorganize all your books, and he's like, "Stop!"
Just reads, puts books not where they belong.
They're alphabetical by title, not author.
There's always a picture in the hallway that they walk by every day, and Archie's just every day. He's like, "Why won't this stay? I don't understand." He fixes it, and then Vaughn, who's behind him, just always goes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, definitely that person that goes into the house and slightly tilts every picture frame.
Yeah,
and I imagine that Ari helps him.
Yeah, the two agents of chaos.
There's a reason why Art has a heart problem.
We are exacerbating the issue.
Yeah. So I was like, I don't think he'd break. He would he's worked with Andalian long enough that he could make faces at her that just say, I'm going to kill him. And then she'd be like, don't be a baby about it. It's just
He's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
You only have to put up with him until we reach the border.
Yeah.
And look, he likes you. What's so bad about being liked?
He's just
he likes me so loudly.
All right. Serena, did you talk about what you liked?
Oh, I really did like that cameo. That was really, really fun. I was like, oh my gosh, our peeps! Hello!
I've been planning that for a while.
Hmm. I'm now I'm worried because it's canon. So I'm like, oh no.
It's always been canon.
It's still canon. Oh no. But I liked the cameo. I did like that Ellie decided to bring up is your mom the type of just, ooh, I bet, or sending on the scale of angry mom to sending out blood.
Keontae's grandpa.
Yeah.
Where on the scale does she fall? She going to try and get us killed? Because the last time one of us got bit and it wasn't great, and we had to resolve that, and it was a lot, and then also lots of bad things.
Yeah, we've had to deal with bounty hunters before, and
sometimes deal with both two problems at once. It's a lot. So
there's a lot happening.
It was really sweet. I'm sad Cormac didn't get to meet Galak.
Yeah.
There's always next time. It's
Is this gonna be a thing now where they just kind of are ships in the night, just barely missing each other all the time?
Just always see, it's okay. Galak's world gets to stay peaceful for a few moments longer. Just a few moments longer.
Well, how peaceful is it with Lionel in it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Lionel Cormac, high five.
Yeah.
Chips in the night, high five, off five. Bro. Oh, look at that!
I mean, I like all my NPCs. I like Endelia. She's like, she's cathartic for me because like she's just like she just indifference. Her indifference is refreshing to me. Though I understand why people might not like her, such as I do. I was really happy to finally get the Valarian, Finn, Alaksha, and SoM cameo in. Been holding on to that, and I'm glad that we're getting up to Luna's trial. I told you I was trying to get you there. I was like, we're gonna get there.
You're gonna get there, so help me!
And I like the reunion of Galak and Luna, and
Oh. So shout out to Ellie for fixing Alaksha.
oh yeah, that was great. I wanted that to happen. I was like, oh, I hope one of them has greater restoration so that they can help. I didn't know.
I was like, I have the spell. We don't have the resources. Oh wait, we have a princess.
Yeah, I was like, good job, and I rolled the dice, and I was like, hey, if I get above a 15, it's gonna be yes, and I got a 16.
Just made it.
Just made it. It's just enough.
I'm waiting for these fish people to roll up into
Virkis.
into Virkis. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll have to like get a tank for like Valarian or something.
They're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Hun, we got correspondence from the coast from
We
a.
have walking fish people coming into town.
Did you make friends with fish and tell them to go on land? I'm not gonna say that's rude, babe, but why?
I can see Jade doing that. Why not? All right,
Just challenging us to do things.
Yeah. Change is a natural force. All right, any wishes? Wishes. Okay, it looks like I'm doing great.
Yeah.
So
You're amazing.
Thank you. Drake does, Drake does say his goodbyes and thanks you again. Just to put that out there, he and the other captain seem to be collaborating. So we can reasonably assume that they'll be in port trying to find another crew and just get on with their lives.
Captain friends.
Captain Moot. Yep. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Hi, this is Tiffany, your GM and editor. Thanks so much for watching the show. We update when my life allows it. Sorry, I can't be more specific than that. If you're looking for a more kid-friendly show, I will never go above a PG-13 rating. So please share, like, sub, tell your friends, and comment. Thanks again for watching, and we hope to hear from you soon.